Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AYCG Gamecast, episode...
Get hype, Jim! Come on! It's E3!
episode 399. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Corey Feinsod, as you heard.
Yo, the penultimate to 400!
Yeah, it's true.
Yo!
Not only this is an E3 episode and the episode before 400, so this is monster.
Whoa.
This is a monster episode. As you can hear, Mike Sneedy's back from his honeymoon. Congrats, Mike, by the way, again.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Thanks, guys.
And
missed everything.
He's now...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say now he's a married man, so his life's over, basically.
I'm already sick.
Wow. And also we're joined by Tony Korkanakis.
Woo!
Yeah, welcome. We're going to be doing,
Ric Flair.
as we mentioned, we're going to be doing episode 400 next week, so it'll be coming a little later. We'll mention that again at the end of the podcast. So don't expect the normal podcast time for these episodes to go up. I think it's usually Wednesday when they actually reach you. So don't expect it right away. We're going to be, I think, recording on Saturday of that week coming up. So on Tony's birthday. Yeah. So it should be fun times. We'll have so check our social media, Twitter, Facebook. We'll have links to watch our streams. We're going to do a fundraiser, so definitely tune in.
Right back.
And Corey's going to be right back. So we're going to be starting our E3 coverage right now. I guess we can quickly mention, if anybody wants to mention what they've been up to, anything good. I mean, I've been playing more God of War. I am past 2/3. I showed Corey where I was. I'm like past 2/3 point. So I'm nearly finished, and I expect to be done very soon. I just need the time to play it. I have a lot of vacation time coming up, so that I have to take, which is awesome. Unfortunately, my birthday, I took off and I had to work all day on it anyways. So yeah, so I couldn't play. But I'm gonna finish up God of War soon and then move on to Ni no Kuni 2 to get ahead of these behemoth games coming in September and October. I'm actually happy that I'm only interested in right now, the only two big games I want to play this fall, personally. But I mean, there's Red Dead and there's Spider-Man for me, and I'm sure I'm missing other things. But those are the two big ones I want to play. So I'm actually happy. Things are. Well, I'm not happy about where they're all moving to, but I'm happy things are being pushed to apparently February of 2019, as we'll cover soon.
The delays right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So, but I mean, then we had Nintendo's conference, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that I actually liked from Nintendo's E3, which we'll get into shortly. But let's start with EA. Actually, that was the first conference of E3, so let's get into it. Unless you guys want to mention a game that you've been playing, anything, guys?
No.
Nothing new.
I mean, I haven't played games for 2 weeks. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, you get to hear the conferences, Mike. You even get to watch them. So we get live reactions from Mike right now. If you're watching this, you can watch it on YouTube, by the way. Live reactions from Mike when we talk about what games were announced. So yeah, we got the EA conference on Saturday before E3, and it was interesting. I noticed the middle of it for me was very skippable. I didn't get to watch it live, so I was able to kind of cut through the FIFA and the Maddens. So I don't have much information for you all on that. Sorry if that's what you look for. But I do have like the Battlefield 5 trailer hit during their conference first, and obviously they mentioned it will have a battle royale mode, which I think was leaked earlier. Yeah, Tony, did you watch this thing live or did you get to watch it later? Okay.
Nah, I don't watch third parties live.
I tried to watch. I actually watched Square, and I was so bummed I watched that live. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I wasted 30...
That's why I don't watch
them. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Bethesda's was good, though. Like, I really liked Bethesda's after I watched it.
No, I'm sorry. I did watch Bethesda. I did watch Bethesda.
Yeah, that was good.
Because it was good, but I was just expecting Starfield. Like,
We'll get to the teaser of that was like, why even show it at this point? But whatever. So we get them announcing their Origin Access. Was another big thing that came up right after that, after the FIFA 19 reveal. That's where they're going to bring subscription service to the PC, much like what they're doing. They're doing the same thing like what they have on Xbox, right? It's the same Origin, like kind of similar thing.
Yeah, well, it's even better because you get the brand new games. I don't think you get the brand.
Awesome.
Right?
So they're doing.
I don't think you get brand.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Not yet. You get the free early access
legacy games.
Well, you get the early access window,
right? And the early access stuff.
I really hope that Game Pass expands with this now with certain other companies we'll get into too. But that's later. So yeah, they announced that for the PC, which is a pretty cool service. Did they give a price on this? I didn't even get to see the price on this thing.
I think it's $100 a year.
Oh wow, $99 a year, 15 a month or $99 a year. So
that ain't bad. It really is.
No, it's not.
If you get like all the brand new games, like if any of the publishers were like $100 to play all our games per year, I'd be like, yeah, probably. It's 1.5 new games.
Yeah, that's actually an amazing price, actually. I mean, just think of what they have. I mean, obviously, we're not getting anything until next year, but Battlefield 5, I guess. Anthem, which is next year, but yeah, that's only going to be on PC for now. Are they expanding that into their Xbox EA Access? I think it's only PC. So far only PC. Huh. So that would be really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it's because they get a bigger cut because it's obviously their own platform on PC rather, Xbox.
Yeah. Did you guys okay, so Mike, we had the new Star Wars game announced from Respawn. The official title, which was already announced before, but we got the Jedi Fallen Order and the fact that it will occur between episodes 3 and 4. Obviously. So I think that's interesting.
I think that's a good time period to draw from.
Yeah, I think that is actually. It's not a cool idea. Like, as long as it's a good game. I mean, it's an action adventure game, I believe. So that's what we know very little bit. He looked like, you could honestly say that Vince was making it up on the spot when he was talking to her. Like, you can kind of like.
It seems so weird. Like, yeah, we got a new Star Wars game set between episodes 3 and 4.
And he's like 3 and 4, and he had to react. Yeah, 3 and 4.
Like.
And they're just taking notes behind them.
They didn't show anything.
No, nothing showed.
Not a single thing. And that's why I'm skeptical. Like, it seems like...
So this is never going to happen.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with EA's... They made a special announcement about their policies to trying to help the small oriented companies bring their games to life. They really made a point to kind of try to shuffle under the, push under the rug what they've done earlier this year and last year with closing down and what they've done forever, closing down studios, making basically is acquiring and shutting down eventually. They were trying to brush that under by announcing that they were working with these small and medium-sized publishers that are developers that didn't have the money to do this. But I wonder if that's going to make them put this game out no matter what.
I don't know, but apparently we're so early they have nothing to show and they hardly even know what it is yet. So
yeah,
I almost don't even want to think about it yet.
But Mike, the big announcement here was EA confirms Clone Wars in Battlefront 2.
Well, people thought that was happening anyway, and they were getting pissed off that's been taking so long. So
yeah, you're getting General Grievous, hero, or villain, or whatever you call him. Grievous, Dooku, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Yeah.
I still want Qui-Gon though.
Yeah,
I mean,
the ultimate Clone Wars character is not in the game. Otherwise, I would be raving about this and going out to buy it right now.
A dual-bladed.
Yeah, no love for Ahsoka. No love for Ahsoka still.
Oh yeah, if Ahsoka was in the game, that'd be a completely different story.
I would have gone. You guys would have seen it on Discord. I would have gone nuts if they had announced Ahsoka in that. I would have gone crazy.
I don't think they've had a character in the game that didn't originate first from a movie yet.
I know that's this also moving back to the movie cast where I watched Solo. I have hope.
Oh yeah, they actually had an update for Solo where there's new skins where Lando and Solo or Han Solo look like these new guys and they have a new level and stuff. So that's interesting. Kessel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're supporting the game at least now, and it's relatively free upgrade state, so that's good, I guess.
You know what's the next part that came out was I always say they pulled a Sega because of the Saturn release. I always call it pulling a Sega now. But it's pretty cool that Unravel 2 gets shown during this, and then they say, surprise, it's available now. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool of them, and I think for a game, obviously, for a game system, that's a completely different animal than it is for a game. Oh, yeah. So it was actually pretty cool of them.
The pipelines to distribute these games has changed so much now. You can just boop, click a button and it's available right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to leave your home. You can be like, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, Unravel 2 looked pretty awesome. I hate this the navigation on this app is not fun.
No Switch though.
No.
Nope.
Which.
Because they said they just didn't have a big enough team to port it.
Yeah.
Well, the engine that it runs on apparently just got released on Switch back in January. So, I mean, that's not that much time to be able to port it, especially with such a small studio.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure within a year we'll see it on Switch because, I mean, that just...
Yeah.
2-player, local
begs for
co-op, like, it's just like, no-brainer. No-brainer. It's like, hey, guys, we have this 2D local, co-op platformer game, cutesy, whimsical type characters.
Someone will do it too.
What system shouldn't we put this on?
Yeah.
You don't even need them to do it. Just get a port studio to port it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do we have here? Then we had.
The fuck is Sea of Solitude?
That's what I was going to ask you guys. I hope somebody
Sea of
knew what this
Solitude
was.
is like it's their EA Origins or not Origins. What is that called? The same thing like that. Way Out, like the indie studios.
Spotlight or Searchlight or something.
Yeah, I think
something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like the woman who developed this came out and like had a pretty cool speech and talked about her struggles.
She's that indie developer they were trying to talk about saving. Like developing the game, essentially.
I missed that whole saving thing. I just know that the cool thing of this is like EA doesn't make anything from these games. Like everything goes to these developers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's their speech they were talking about. Yes. So yeah.
So in any case, this woman comes out and talks about this game, Sea of Solitude, that she's making, and how it's about humanity and how people are like lonely, and if the more lonely you get, you turn into a monster if you get too lonely. So it's like this girl struggle to not be lonely, I guess, and just something that she felt really related to, humanity in general, and how like you're surrounded by things, but you're still so lonely, and like how do we connect with people and things like that. Yeah. So it's an interesting story and how she like tells like her personal experience with it and stuff. So it's like that whole bring it to the your level kind of thing, and it's the same idea with the other guy who came out and like Way Out stuff. They're trying to push these more creative people. Okay. So it was interesting. Yeah. Definitely an indie game, though.
All right. Then we had NBA Live and Madden, which were expected. Updates for those. Command & Conquer Rivals for mobile.
Yeah, that's how Command & Conquer will live on, is through our mobile handhelds.
I like how they make this statement before. I'm telling you, they made a statement about the fact that they were like trying to help these smaller studios, and I'm just like, I know, as we were just talking about, what they do with these other ones. They've closed Westwood. They took away at Westwood entirely. They bought it and closed it down and shut it down, and never have used their property since. And then they announced Command & Conquer on mobile. So it'll be Anyway, so they showed a lot of that. Like I said, a lot of this conference for me was like very skippable. Like I was able to fast forward to a lot of it.
And the stuff that was interesting, they didn't spend any time on.
Yeah, well, I mean, they spent some time in Anthem for me, and that's what I was looking at to wonder what that was going to be the most. Battlefield 5 gameplay came out next, and that was
fine.
I mean, it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. I mean, it's about what you expect to see when you see Battlefield. Then we get Anthem finally. Now, Anthem is the cover story for Game Informer this month, and we finally got to see some gameplay from this game. And you can right now, obviously, it definitely looks
air quotes gameplay.
Yes, gameplay. Because again, the rule is we haven't seen anybody actually play it. So yes, it's supposed to be gameplay, but you could see a downgrade in quality from what we saw before, just visually. When they were playing, when the game when it was actually gameplay, I noticed it immediately. I'm like, okay, this is not as polished right here at all as what they were showing us earlier. And I don't know if it can actually get that polished. We don't even this could be another Watch Dogs kind of thing where it just never reaches what they showed us.
Or the Division.
It's a big world. It seems like a good idea if the content is there. They have a.
I have to say, the world. I'm not curious about this world at all.
I don't mind it. I don't know. It's not.
I'm looking at the
the
trailer for the first time on mute right now, and it's foresty.
Yeah, it's green, lush.
There's like monsters out there. I mean, it seems like a cross between Destiny and Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I mean that's
kind
of similar. Yeah. But Destiny's also faltering like crazy, so you have an open genre right now where you can do that. If it's an interesting genre anymore. We don't know if it's Destiny or if the people we've lost interest and they just want to play Fortnite.
I think the Division will probably take that audience.
I don't think so, man. I think there's a lot of. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm more interested in the Division than I am with Anthem.
I'm more interested in Anthem myself because I just did the Division let me down the first time so badly. This is a new IP that could let me down just as much. It could, but it didn't. It didn't yet.
They learned, and like the Division is so much better now.
No, they didn't learn. Don't you feed me this because we just played Destiny 2 and they didn't.
I'm not talking about Bungie. I'm talking about Ubisoft.
I'm using an example.
The track record Ubisoft has.
All I'm doing is using an example of. I'm just using it as an example of what. Just because they learned their lesson, which Bungie clearly did in the first game, it doesn't translate necessarily to the sequel.
Sure.
So that's why I'm more interested in Anthem right now because that's a new IP that maybe it's the same problem, but I have given them more of a chance.
No, I can understand your reasoning. It's just wrong.
Damn.
I mean, in all seriousness, though, like I like the idea that you are a pilot and then you can get upgrades to your javelins, which they call these mechs that you're driving.
Any of them that you want.
You don't pick a class and get stuck in that lane, so you can actually kind of pivot to wherever you want to be. Like, oh, my squad needs a Colossus or my squad needs a wizard or whatever they call them. So I do like that aspect. I don't think. I have to know more about the story because I'm not interested about the story at all. Like they haven't grabbed me. Like immediately with Division, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like a modern take on this whole living game thing. Like I know what Destiny is. Like the Division seems really cool because it's going to be in a real world setting where like how's that going to work? And I want to see more about that. Here, I'm like, I have my fantasy fix with this type of thing with Destiny. Like I'm good with that. So I don't know. We'll see. And I'm hoping they can really bring in some incentives to keep coming back. It's just we'll see. There's so much stuff
again, coming out. I just remembered the theme of this E3 in my mind so far. We get to mention it from Anthem is expandable world, single player experiences with story but expandable. Because we're going to get into that in Microsoft's. Yes. Maybe. We're going to get into that in Microsoft very shortly here with one of their biggest properties that they have. So, that was the end of EA's conference. And like I said, then we have Microsoft. And they led immediately with another game that looks like a game as a service, Halo Infinite. Doesn't it look like? I mean, that looks like what we're going to get now from Halo, right?
From what it sounded like they heard that people didn't like not being Master Chief, and this is going to be all about Master Chief, so I don't know.
Yeah. I just took it when they mentioned the fact that it was like always expandable, like more stories, not just playing it once. That just sounded like that to me.
Yeah, I mean, all right, before we get into this, so I just want to make sure, so on my bingo card, this is actually the differential between me getting a bingo or not, because I have Halo 6 on my bingo card. I'm just saying.
Here's the thing.
It says technicality. It is Halo 6.
It is Halo 6 technically.
No, technically it's not Halo 6.
It's not Halo 6. It is the sixth game, though. Oh, no, it's not.
Spirit. No, it's not. It's not. But in spirit, it is Halo 6.
Yeah,
we just didn't put the number on it. Yeah. So
I don't think we're never going to get a Halo 6. So this is what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We can discuss that offline, but I just wanted to bring it up because I'll just go really quick go through my bingo then. So it was diagonal. A Halo 6, Gears of War, but different genre. Half-Life 3 not announced. Crackdown 3 delayed to 2019, and then new Forza game. So it lied. But anyway, Halo Infinite, I do think they're finally going to do something which I've been talking about ever since games as a service started being a thing, where it's like, I talk about how like all these game creators create this awesome world or these awesome maps, this engine, and then after it launches, like, well, all right, do it all over again. Like, throw that in the trash. Make the next whatever game. And it's like, you can't reuse a lot of that. And it's just like, well, why? Like, why do you put so much effort and millions of dollars to something that you can't use again? So with Halo Infinite, I would love it if they're like, yeah, this is going to be the Halo game for a long time. Like, a long time. Like, a generation even. Like, an entire generation. Where that's the only Halo game. They release new content, continuously. Like, that's awesome. I think that's a good idea. Like, for me, like, the thing is, coming back to Halo at this point, like, I haven't played 4. I haven't played 5. I skipped the Master Chief Collection, so it's like, Halo 6 is kind of exhausting. And if they just kept going, like, every other year, it's like, oh, Halo 7, Halo 8. Like, I could see this being a remedy to that. Not to mention, maybe it alleviates the pressure when they're like, hey, this is going to be a living, quote-unquote, game.
You know what would have made more sense with this if they had originally gone with the rumored name of their Xbox console to be Xbox Infinite, and then they could have just made this Halo Infinite, and it would have coincided better. But
hashtag it's all connected.
Yes, yeah. So
I'm not a fan that they just like teased us with this. It's like really like
yeah.
All right.
On my bingo card, I had Halo is not mentioned, so that got nullified right away.
You went for okay. You went a different way. By the way, I mean, just mentioning, they had the most content for their conference.
They had 50 games. They showed.
Yeah, they did.
They showed the games.
I gotta hand it to Microsoft. I think this is their best E3 conference in a long time.
And a lot of it's building for the next generation system.
It
and we'll
felt
get to
very
that.
much like the Sony conference. Like here, it's just trailer, a couple of talking people, and then trailer. It's like that's what I was like. Wow, this is very much like.
Yeah, Phil didn't. He definitely didn't over talk. And they didn't show any useless accessories.
There was a couple things that not a couple things. There was like the Game Pass stuff. Like the lady coming out and talking about that. It seemed
they're trying to hype that. That's their sales pitch.
Oh, absolutely. And then just the the studios being bought that they
which we'll get into.
But again, that it didn't take away from the fact that they had 50 games to show.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They had Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is a game that I do want to play.
Looks beautiful.
Looks amazing. Yeah.
Like my eyeballs can't handle this right now.
To see it on I can't wait to see that on my HDR. Like my eyes, I'll be blind. I may be blind after I play that game on the podcast. You'll just see my eyes just melted away. I'll have patches over. All right, and then I have.
Shadows Die Twice.
Sekiro.
And this game is probably the third biggest hyped game I am for this conference. This thing was awesome looking, and I'm not big Bloodborne, Dark Souls
I'm not either
person fan. I just this setting and the fact that this is some crazy Japanese samurai guy and this demons and stuff. It's just that looks also the theme really grabbed me, and the fact that the combat is very cool looking.
This game
has me piqued my interest.
This game made me really want another Tenchu game. I don't know why.
It's really funny because we went from having Ghost of Tsushima last year, one samurai game, to something we have 3, right? We have this.
Neo.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's just what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, this looked pretty cool. I'm just not I know that I'm not a Dark Souls gamer. So I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it.
It doesn't mean it has to be, and I think even the subtitle where it's Shadows Die Twice, I think that's actually going to be a mechanic in the game, because in the trailer it showed him dying and then being resurrected.
Yeah.
So maybe
that's part of the game
penalty or something. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So.
Super hyped for this one. I want to see more, and I'm shocked that it was at the Xbox conference.
I know. I think I had it
was on my bingo card.
Sony bingo card. New From Software title.
Yeah.
Well,
they snagged some premieres I was not ready to see from them.
We'll
Kingdom.
get there.
We had Fallout 76 next, which we can cover. We can cover at Bethesda's. So we'll get into that. The Awesome Adventures of Captain.
Less hype now, but anyway.
Yeah, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which was
games I love. The Life is Strange stuff.
Yeah, it's Life is Strange. For those
this is weird. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I don't know about this one either.
Why?
It had
would you say that?
a kid.
I don't know. I lived that life. I don't need to relive it through another thing.
Kid
I was that
kid. Yeah. Building things, making believing he's a superhero. Yeah, I mean it's what we played as kids. Definitely, we used to play with superhero figures all the time. Yep. Then we had Metro Exodus actual gameplay shown. I believe.
We had Crackdown after that.
Oh, Crackdown! I skipped.
Yeah,
my eyes just jumped right over it. Yeah,
they just we'll skip this year.
They showed it just.
I think I said 2 weeks ago when you were on, Jim. I was like, maybe we don't even get Crackdown. Who knows? That could be canceled.
I wonder if they were thinking about not even showing anything, because it's just like a trail. It was like a trailer, real quick. It wasn't that long. It was.
It was the Terry Crews simulator.
Yeah.
And then
I think they really didn't want to show Crackdown 3 again, because this is the 53 or something like that.
Yep.
It's just how long can you show us that year after year after year?
You can't
get excited. I mean, I commend them for sticking with it, but I honestly believe that if people weren't so down on Microsoft's first party, they would have canceled this game.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. The funny part is you can't now that they bought those studios, they can't announce a cancellation of things right now. It's just that would just kill any momentum they've been trying to get.
Absolutely.
Metro Exodus was shown next, which got into the gameplay for that finally, and it looks great. It's not my type of game.
Sure.
It's not my type of game, but it looks great visually.
It's just too many of these games.
It is. It's another first-person
shooter.
Yeah.
Like, and you just
Surprised
really
to hear you guys say that. I'll be honest. I'm surprised to hear you guys.
Post-apocalyptic. I don't know, right?
Well, like I mean, as far as what it's offering, I'm just not. Yeah, like, there's too many choices for you to like be like, well, I'm gonna play something else because I can get the same fix here, and like I'd much rather play Wolfenstein than
I'm gonna be. I am. I didn't get into Wolfenstein 2 yet, and I'm very happy I didn't. I have it sealed, and I'm wondering if I can just maybe return to like Walmart, because now that they announced it for Switch, I want to play it on Switch, because I haven't played it yet, and I'm like, that's easier for me to play that system.
Yeah.
So, let's see. The next game, Kingdom Hearts 3 gets announced, which was a shock to be at Microsoft's booth.
Again, never been on Microsoft system.
But like,
or Xbox.
am I the only one who thought the trailer was boring? Did anybody see the hype from this game? Like, I don't understand it.
No, the trailer I don't think was like supposed to be a hype trailer. It was just kind of like, I'm sorry.
It was showing a new world.
It wasn't supposed to be a hype trailer if you weren't a real Kingdom Hearts fan. Like, I have a couple friends that are like diehard Kingdom Hearts fans. So they were like ecstatic. And they were just like going nuts. And I'm just like, all right, well, Frozen, that's cool. I like Frozen.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, it's more surprising that it's actually on Xbox.
Yeah, that was a shock.
And it's like, and also coming after all of E3 stuff here, we see it every day. It's like today, tomorrow, and it's like we saw it at 3 conferences. So it's like, well, okay.
Yeah. Then we had Forza Horizon 4, which is
awesome,
looks great. Oh, you know what the best announcements from this is? 60 frames per second. On the, I believe they said on the X. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm actually very happy to hear that because for me, I liked Forza Horizon 3 better. I liked that game better than Forza, but the frame rate for me, it is once you it's like hard to go back. You know what I mean? Once you see a racing game in 60 frames, it's hard to go back to 30 frames.
Church of 60 frames.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's frame rate. Frame rate. Yeah. I know.
All right, Jim. Finally coming around.
I'm coming around to it. I think it's.
I just remember talking about.
I know.
Generation.
I think it's because I have.
Not even last generation. It's just like at the beginning of this generation, we all saw like how like. Xbox One is gonna just up-res like Rome or whatever was that.
That's what sold me on it. When I got to see like Tomb Raider in that 60 frames mode on PlayStation, I was like, this is so much better to play the game like this. So, just like I understand the need like 30 frames used in like cinematic games and stuff, but like I'm so happy to see that Forza Horizon 4, which is going to take place in London for those that didn't know, or Britain actually.
It was rumored Tokyo, but I think this makes more sense.
So yeah, it does. Looks good though. I'm getting this game. There's no question. So, cool. Sea of Thieves has a couple expansions coming in September and November, right?
Yep.
That's content too little, too late. I wonder.
I don't think it's too little, too late, but I think it's maxed its audience. It's not like growing. I don't think it's just matter of keeping who's got it.
That's being helped by Game Pass.
It's one of those things that's just good. Right, exactly. It's a loss leader. It's going to be just a Game Pass thing that
And you have to hand them like every Microsoft first party game is going to be on Game Pass.
Oh yeah. They were hammering that point home like crazy. Yep. And I expect a third party.
Forza Horizon, play that Game Pass.
Yeah, I expect a third party company to announce it soon. Like I just see it them working with somebody to get a game on there at launch. I could see it happening. Tales of Vesperia, the definitive
I think
edition.
it's like $30 for like half a year at Best Buy and Amazon. I don't know how long that was lasting.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think of the week.
Basically $5 a month.
Oh,
basically.
Wow. Yeah, Tales, not New Tales. Tales of Vesperia, definitive edition, coming out on the Xbox One now.
It's coming out on everything. But I was really happy about that because I love Vesperia.
Yeah, I don't think I've
like the one that
never
came over though.
No, it came out on Xbox 360 originally,
but not the US. I thought.
Wait, was this?
No, it was.
It did. All right.
Yep.
Was this the one that
afterwards in Japan they released a definitive edition on PlayStation 3 that had like more content, another character, and then they never. That's the one that they never released it out in any Western market. So now it's like, hey, you guys can have all this content and stuff now.
Is that the one I forgot to level my characters up the whole game?
It was a different tale.
No, I think it was a PlayStation one, right?
It was PlayStation. Yeah, it was on PlayStation.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
Okay. Then they showed We Happy Few.
I see the Gearbox logo. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh man,
dude, I don't even know what the fuck this game is.
Yeah, I don't know either. And then you mentioned Gearbox, and I'm just like, what is going on there? Real quick, we can nothing from them. Nothing.
It's like we don't want money. Basically, is what they're saying.
I'm shocked. Like, what is the? I mean, what is taking so long?
I think they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think they're in trouble. Something's got to be up.
I could not believe that for that. And that was
all they needed to do was show a logo, and people would have flipped shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Division 2 obviously was shown then. I thought they announced the acquiring thing right after the We Happy Few, because that's who they acquired.
They might have. But...
but so we can talk about that real quick. Microsoft acquires Playground Games, which I thought they already owned. But
same with Undead Labs. I thought they owned them.
Yeah. Ninja Theory, I thought that they were close to buying them years ago with Enslaved. Wasn't Enslaved the game that came out for them? Ninja Theory and then Compulsion Games. They bought all these. They brought all these studios in.
I don't know who Compulsion Games is. Who's that?
Compulsion Games was they showed the game that they mentioned the game that they played, and I can't remember who they did actually. Crap! I should have searched it instead.
I think it's a good sign that they're investing in studios again. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of the song and dance remix because this is how it goes every single generation. It's like, they close studios and it's like, hey, in the generation, we need games. All right, let's buy a couple studios to make games for the next system. And it's like, all right, it's like, these studios, I'm sure they'll make games for the next Xbox in the first year, 2 years. Past that, I don't know.
Is it going to survive?
We'll see.
They're opening. They actually opened a new studio. They didn't talk about what they were doing yet, so they did open a new studio too. So I mean, they're trying with this. It's a matter of, like you said, is it going to stick? Because we've already done this song and dance, and it's very similar to what EA does. So then they showed Division 2, which Corey thinks is I don't know.
Great. No, I'm more interested in Division 2 than
I just don't see it. Like, it's, I don't know. Wow. I'm just so used to. I never went back to play Division when I know you said it's much better, but I just didn't go back, and I'm just remembering what I had as an experience, and it just wasn't good.
No, a lot of people dropped off.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like the interest in that game is
like, no, I mean, it's doing better than it's done before. It's like all of Ubisoft's like GAS games as a service games have been doing better than like you would expect. Like Rainbow Six Siege is the best it's ever been right now. For Honor has like dedicated servers and actually has a pretty dedicated following, and they've been releasing content for that continuously. And just the track record of supporting these games, even though they took a misstep and but they made changes to the vision, and it's a much better game now. And the changes and things that they're bringing into 2 sounds awesome. So. Not that I'm gonna commit my time to that, because it's like, with Destiny, if I'm committed to that, then it's gonna be hard to play one of these other, ongoing living games. So
there can only be one.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what that. I mean, maybe it is better. I'm gonna try it. Obviously, I'll try it. But there's a lot of games as a service coming out though that like you can't play them all.
Well, that's exactly it. Like, if you want to choose Anthem over Division or Destiny over Anthem, it's like,
I'm just skeptical. This is going to sound after Destiny twice for me.
But this is going to sound crazy now because I can't wait to hear this reaction from you guys. But I'm actually interested in Fallout 76.
Yeah. Okay. I am too.
I've been getting less. I think it's an interesting take on it, but like, I get more. Like, I think about it, it's going to take up more time that I don't have.
Exactly. But like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I do enjoy that world most of the time, and then it probably would be even better to play with my friends in that world, like a lot. So it'd be kind of cool to do that. I don't know. For me, like, just that universe, playing with my friends in like in that kind of in that game, that's what's enticing for me in the Fallout universe. So, I don't know. Let's see what else we have. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was shown. We can get into that in the other.
It's like the problem is when we get to Sony, they just show a game very similar that just does it way better.
That's the thing. That's
everything about.
I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. I like the new ones, and I will get this game. It looks fine. It's just exactly what I'm looking.
I just don't understand what's going on. Is she like starting a war here, or her stopping a war?
I messaged you guys like on Discord. I'm like, oh look, she's a better killing machine now. Like, she's like a freaking killing machine in this. But then, like, you saw somebody even better in another game later. But
it just looks so much better, too.
Oh, it does.
And did you see, like, the comparison shots from last year's thing to this year's? It looks like it went from a Xbox One game to an Xbox original game.
I
It
didn't
like
see that.
downgraded so much.
Okay, I have to look at the comparisons. That's not good sounding. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Obviously, they had to. What did they show for that?
Update that. A new map,
Just new
new
map.
mode. It's gonna be like 50 on 50. It sounds like.
Session. What Session?
That's a skateboarding game.
I thought it was a Skate 4. Or Skate
Everybody thought it was Skate 4. It's like
This is an
everybody
exclusive.
wants Skate 4.
Yeah.
But this game is.
Does anyone want Skate like unironically though?
No, I just think people miss it and like think it's good, but once they get back into it, they're like, "Why did we want this?"
Yeah.
That's what's
Isn't that whole like series known for being like notoriously buggy and like ridiculous?
Well, I think it was a little buggy, but it was like a little more. I don't know. It's beloved for some reason. I don't know why. I was never really into this.
I really think that was most of it. That like you could like pull off like stupid, ridiculous glitches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, we got Devil May Cry 5, which I'm clearly
Again, I was shocked this year. I had it on my
surprised to see that there. I'm very happy that they brought the original guy back to it. So I'm looking forward to that.
It was Nero that they showed.
Yeah,
mostly?
That's what it looked like. Yeah, I think. So I'm looking forward to this game. I just hope it's more interesting, obviously, than the last game that they came out with. So going to that alternate universe thing, I'm happy they're getting rid of that. So
Isn't that Team Ninja? No,
that was
Team Ninja. It was Team Ninja that did it.
No.
No.
Was it?
The last the Emo Dante.
The Emo Dante, the crappy one, DMC.
Was it?
I can't look anything up right now. I don't know. I can't. Is it not Ninja Theory?
Well, Ninja Theory.
It could be Ninja Theory. I thought it was Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory only has like 20 people in their studio.
I don't know.
It was a ninja studio.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm mixing up which one did it.
Too many ninjas.
Yeah.
What was
like Daredevil season 2?
Let's see, Tunic was announced. While he's looking that up.
Yep. Don't
really know what that is.
Now next one, I was like, what? Like this came out of nowhere.
This was interesting. Yeah, we're gonna get into this. Jump Force.
Ninja Theory. It was Ninja Theory.
I thought it was. Okay, it's Ninja Theory that did it.
Job.
Jump Force is the next game that was shown.
God.
What was this? A mashup.
Shonen Jump crossover anime characters.
Yeah. I think there've been so many. They're mostly garbage, and I don't know. Like they're going for this.
Well, if you like the
Naruto,
like I think it's based on the Naruto fighting games, right?
It's not. So it's just a fighting game. It's nothing like.
I think it's like
just a fighting game. Yeah.
It's not like a tradition. It's like a 3D fighting game.
Yeah.
With like, there are arenas and stuff like that. So whatever.
If you're a Shonen Jump fan, I think people like. I think you.
No, I'm a Shonen Jump fan. I don't want to play this game.
I was thinking, okay, maybe not you, totally, but like as far as like people like, oh wow, we get to play the same type of Naruto game with all of the Shonen Jump characters.
Yeah. It's all right, but just not what I was.
I thought the art style was weird.
Yeah, that's what it like. The graphic, like it
was like almost like
going from like Dragon Ball Fighters to this. I'm just like, but why?
Yeah. Well, it's just more fighters.
And it's not system arcs, right?
No. Then we had the Cuphead expansion. Well,
DLC.
DLC. Yep.
Delicious Last Course.
Yep, Delicious Last Course, which has a new character coming out, Miss Chalice.
Mm-hmm. I had this on my bingo card.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
cool. Obviously I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I'm gonna get some Cuphead DLC.
And then we had another Dying Light 2. Was shown right after that.
This was very ambitious sounding.
Yeah, definitely was.
At first, when they were talking about like what type of game it was gonna be, I was like, okay, whatever. And they're like, yeah, Dying Light 2. I was like, hold on. And I was like, that studio? Maybe they can live up to what they're selling here.
They're trying to do a lot with this game, so it's gonna be a. There's no window even for launch, right? Nope, to be announced. So. I don't know. I don't know when this is coming out.
I just think
Well, what are they saying that's so ambitious about
So basically, it's like a living city, and like the choices you make during your gameplay will change the way the city evolves. So if you decide to like take over this water tower, it can become like a hard city because people can't get water because you're in control of it. But you could also give the water for free, and then it becomes very like robust or like prosperous, and so it changes the way that, like, who's out on the streets and things like that.
Okay.
So and then every decision changes.
And all this while dealing with zombies.
So they like show like all these screens and like links and stuff on how like it can all play out differently. And like you have hundreds of choices that will change the way the city goes, and that's just during the day.
Yeah, and then it went to night. Yeah.
But Dying Light is awesome.
This is the one, Tony, you liked so much, right? Okay, yeah. I can't keep track of the zombie survival games. It's so hard to.
Oh, I know.
But I remember you raving about one. I'm just making sure this is the one. Yeah. So okay.
And they supported Dying Light forever. Also, like there's still stuff that was coming out.
Is this the one where you free run on stuff?
Yeah, it's parkour. Zombie survival, open world.
Cool.
Like, yeah.
And it's like, you know, in the Silent Hill movie when the alarm goes off, you're like, oh, shit's going down. Like, as soon as it starts getting night and you're not close to a base, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it is seriously one of the most intense, like, things, because it's like...
They start coming.
Oh, shit. Like, I really need to get somewhere. I'm like, depending, because, like, that's the thing. It's like, it is such an awesome balance of, like, I need to go here for my quest, but I don't know if I have enough time to go there and come back. Like... Because you don't know what they're going to have you do. It's like, oh, go rendezvous with whatever character. You're like, well, I got like 6 hours of daylight. Is that enough time? I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
That's definitely really cool.
Cool. Yeah. Just Cause 4 was shown there as well.
Did they say, excuse me, it sounded like they said launch exclusive, and I was like, what? There's no way.
I don't know what they
so many launch exclusives, and I was like, I don't know.
It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. Then they showed... Actually, this was out of order. They have Battletoads in this list next, which we got a new Battletoads game coming, finally.
Yep. And, like, sure, Battletoads, we're all nostalgic for it, but I don't know.
I mean, it gives Rare something else to do.
Is it Rare?
It's Rare. Yeah, Rare's working on it, but...
Rare's working on what?
Battletoads.
Oh, yeah, I had that on my bingo card.
2019.
Sure, like, I guess there's some people who...
There was a lot of cheers for it. I'm not, but
Microsoft, you never know, because, like, I don't know. Out of all the conferences, like, they seem like they have the most plans.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they were saying
it felt like there's so many times where like they're just like this, and it's like they're waiting for the applause. It's like, and then the applause is like, oh shit, we got to.
Yeah, there was. I was following a guy on Twitter who was at the conference, and he ended up sitting next to, I guess, the plants for Kingdom Hearts 3. Because he's like I couldn't hear anything after that. Once they showed Kingdom Hearts 3, it was unbelievable. But there was nobody else cheering but this group. So, yeah. Then they trolled everybody with the Gears of War pop figures. Oh yeah,
troll.
The
a little mobile pop game.
It's really funny because we were talking about this, I think, in the Discord channel about Funko Pop's stock and stuff like that, and like how like Nick was actually like. Blah blah blah. And I looked in and I was like, oh look, they're actually like doing all this other stuff that's not just figure related, including like movies, cartoons, video games. I'm like, video games? Like, what the fuck is a Funko video game gonna look like months later? Gears of War Funko. It's like, what?
Yeah. I was like, please just let this be it. Don't show Gears. Don't show Gears. That's what I was doing. Then of course we did get Gears 5, not Gears of War.
First.
Oh, we got Tactics first. That's right. I missed the Tactics part. That's right. Forgot about that. So yeah, we got Tactics shown.
That's a prequel to the first game.
Yeah. If anything, I would actually probably play that game.
That might be interesting.
I'm like, please run on my service.
Yeah.
I just want it to run on my service because, yeah, I'm a huge Gears of War universe fan, so I'm really excited.
They dropped the of War now. Have you noticed? Gears 5.
Yeah. No, it's all of them. Gears Pop, Gears Tactics.
Oh, really?
5. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't say of War at all in any of these.
It's just Gears now. Yeah.
So yeah, Gears 5.
Maybe they didn't want that God of War confusion.
Yeah, I think that. I wonder if that was it. Honestly, Tony, I really do.
Because like when God of War Ascension came out and Judgment.
It's so confusing. Yeah.
I was like, what the? Both of these by different studios, like fourth game in the series. It's like so many like.
Even during our God of War conversation, Tony, you would post GOW, and I'm just like. Gears of War? Yeah, I'm just like, oh wait, no, that's the same abbreviation.
Yeah.
All right.
But
it looks. Yeah, I mean, it looks. I'm looking forward to it. Corey and I will play through that.
Gears,
yeah, we'll play through that co-op.
And it's interesting where they, where the story goes here. Because if you saw the trailer, it seems to take place It takes place a little bit further in the future from where it ends. It sounds just based off of the characters how they look.
That ended on a cliffhanger, though.
No, well. Essentially, it ended when they're just getting good.
Yeah.
But so we'll get to find out more, and Yeah, I think that they allude to Kate being a certain, Lucas character.
Cool. So that'll be 2019 that game as well.
Again, a strong female character you're gonna play as, and it seemed very single player focused.
Yeah.
It's but they did say there's gonna be couch co-op, so it might just be 2-player. It's funny.
I think it's gonna be 2-player because I think 4
went
players.
from 4 to 3 to 2. So fun.
It's weird. All right, and we got finally Cyberpunk 2077 shown.
That was an awesome trailer.
Yeah,
that was probably my most hyped for game of all of E3, and I hate The Witcher. So it's I don't know.
Obviously, I've tried that game so many times and couldn't play it, but I am looking forward to this game too. So I don't know. It's they've been working.
This is one of the trailers I actually had time to check out.
Cool.
Too. So I feel the same. I mean, it looks interesting, but I can't get into The Witcher, so.
First person game too.
So, yeah. So overall, Corey, what do you think of their conference?
I think it was like Tony said earlier, it's probably their best conference they've had that I can remember.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I just didn't
the fact that we knew that they were in trouble. Like, are they getting games or what are they doing? And they're saying, hey, look, we have all these games coming. We're investing in studios to make more games, and it sounds like we're not going to be, abandoning the game thing. And obviously, with Xbox, which I'm surprised they didn't hype or mention more, is you can crossplay with everything.
Yeah.
So it's here, you want to play Fortnite with your friends, play it with the friends on Switch and PC and mobile. And sometimes when Epic wants to turn it on, you can play with PS4 people too.
When they want to put that Switch.
Did you guys? Oh, that was hilarious. Was it Bethesda that made that joke about Walmart? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to get to that.
It's thanks Walmart Canada.
Oh, that was great. Anyways, so I thought it was a great conference as well. I enjoyed what they showed. They showed a lot of games. Yeah, they showed a lot of games. I'm always hesitant to give them that because I will be the first to admit freely that I do like Microsoft's. I'm an Xbox fan, so I don't like to just give them that grade myself. I did like their conference. I did.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Mike,
but it's all potential still.
Mike will have to catch up and maybe get his post reactions next week.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, Bethesda. Bethesda was after them, and like we said, we opened up with the Walmart joke.
I've heard that this was the strongest conference, actually.
This was interesting. I got one right, by the way. I did get one right. Weeks ago, I said we're going to get another Wolfenstein.
Yeah, DLC, definitely.
But we got Rage 2 shown right away. Obviously, they joked about Walmart Canada and being a company that announces new games for them. So that was great. Actually, you know what about their conference, Mike, that was so good was their personnel on stage. Very good charismatic introductions and stuff. They're very good with the audiences. They're very good with that. So Rage 2 was shown. The game looks really great.
Looks fun. It just looks like a lot of fun.
It kind of reminds me of I'm not gonna say loot wise, but obviously of Borderlands style craziness, shooter.
I think the thing that Borderlands had going for it, other than the loot, was just the guns were fun and they were just so OP a lot of
times. That's
what
I'm hoping this has.
It's because they didn't have the PvP aspect. Well, you could PvP a little bit here and there, but it was focused on the single player or the cooperative play. So it's if a gun's overpowered, who cares? Because you're not gonna shit talk each other because you have it or don't have it. So here it's these guns just look ridiculously OP, and then the driving aspect looks a lot of fun. Yeah. So it just looks like a lot of fun, and so hopefully it does well. And a lot of people say they liked Rage. It just was an unfinished game. It just never.
Yeah, hopefully it's finished done. Then we get another possible games as a service. Doom Eternal? Does it? I mean, I just pick when you name something like that. It's just I always expect to have more than, So I'm expecting that to have more to it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a sign of things to come.
Yeah. So Doom Eternal was shown. They showed a quick trailer. Nothing really was shown. No release dates. No, nothing. Then we had Prey expansion shown, which I'm not a Prey fan. Sorry, I'm not a Prey fan, but they are still supporting it. You got to give them credit on that. Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is a kind of.
I'd say DLC sounds like.
Yeah, I think it's one of those same thing they did before, the standalone.
Old Blood,
games.
Young Blood, or Old Blood.
Yep. Standalone game. It'll be standalone but short. So
right.
I did like their joke about Skyrim. Very special edition.
Key.
Key. Yeah, Key. K.
And that's actually real.
Key. Is it real? That's a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh
for
my
your
God. So, okay.
Amazon.
I can't wait to play
Alexa.
Skyrim on my Alexa. Cancel. She's
But like,
right there.
Yeah, it's so fun. And maybe I made this joke last week on the podcast, but if not, I definitely made it on a joke with somebody in real life where like, I can't wait for the inevitable like future Fallout game, maybe Generation 2 from now, where you could actually find a cartridge of Skyrim within the game, and you could play Skyrim emulated within the game.
That would be
like,
really cool.
Through that,
yeah.
Like I am waiting for that.
I just like the jokes the whole time because we've released it everywhere. Let's put it everywhere.
Yep.
We'll see. That was hilarious. That whole skit. I didn't know that was real, but then we actually had a nice in-depth of Fallout 76 where they, he tried to put a little bit of our reservations at ease about the games as a service. Or they tried to. Coming this year, November 14th, it's going to be a prequel to all of the other games. And, first out of the vault, which I think I hear every game. But still, you are the first.
It's 20 years before 3, it sounds like.
Yeah, first group out of the vault. And it's every person in this game is a player. That's what they're going for here. So... again, it's banking on a lot of people, but it's Fallout, so you will have a lot of people, and it's also banking on, I don't know. I just wonder how the PvP aspect is going to work into the game.
It sounds like they took inspiration from Rust and DayZ, so
yeah. I mean, I don't know. For me, those games are not as enticing. I don't really like that kind of stuff, but I did like Fallout 3 so much that I like the universe, and I was disappointed with Fallout 4. But this kind of game, it makes me a little bit interested in it, Mm-hmm. So it looks great.
I have reservations about this whole.
And Mike, it's 4 times larger than Fallout 4.
I know.
4 times or 10 times.
Get out of the way for other people.
Did you say 4 or 10 times? I can't remember.
But
yeah,
4.
I mean, maybe this is where it'll work for me. This type of game in the universe that I know already from the single player games. I always worry when you have to depend on other players for the game to work.
Well, you can play the game entirely solo.
They say that.
They said it over and over and over again.
They say
he said it like multiple times.
Yes.
They say that about Destiny too, and you can. It's just boring that way. So
yeah, but I mean,
we'll
if it's your Fallout game that you know and love, like you probably should still enjoy it quite a bit. Like Destiny was a new style, new story and stuff like that. But
it doesn't sound like the Fallout that you know and love, though.
No, it doesn't.
This game is still going to be designed to be, with the multiple.
They want you to play with more
players
people,
in mind.
That keeps it as a service that way.
We'll see what happens. It might work, but I'm still worried but interested about this game.
Then they showed Quake Champions, which I just was not interested in, so I didn't really watch that too much, to be honest with you all.
Gotta be more.
1997.
Yeah,
Quake.
It's still going. QuakeCon. They're actually going to show more of Doom actually at QuakeCon, right? Eternal.
Yes.
So that's coming soon. Then they showed us, for some reason, they wanted to tease us with games. So they showed us a starship, a base in the atmosphere of some planet, and called it Starfield. Thank you.
Like. Great, you confirmed it, but I wanted to see it.
Yeah,
really did.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. So hopefully
it's never coming out.
This will be their big game next year.
Yeah, because I mean, Bethesda has shown a history now over the past 2 years, at least, probably more. Where it's like, at E3 they show the game, and these games are all coming out in the next few months. Like Fallout 76.
Within the next 12 months, you will be playing every single game.
So I'm no doubt fall or winter 2019, we are playing Starfield.
They did say this was a little further out, so I would expect it to be there in big game next fall. The thing that's even further out, I think, than that is their Elder Scrolls 6, which was quickly shown.
It's just like, we're making this. You guys knew it, so here, have a title sequence.
Yeah.
Like, calm the F down. Here you go.
Way to finish the concert, the show, and just get people get hyped. But so yeah, that was their show. I think that like I said, they had a pretty good show. I like the Microsoft stuff more because of the amount of games they showed that I was interested in. For this one, for me, it's really just Fallout 76. I might be interested in Starfield. Obviously, we don't know what it is, so it's not. I wouldn't say it was the best show for me, but I don't know.
Well, everyone went crazy about the Elder Scrolls announcement,
but it's so far away. I mean, that's so. It might be next gen. So
it's
far
also
away.
a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
sort of. But
It's like, yeah, you know you're making this, guys. So
yeah. So Corey, what did you think of their conference?
I didn't actually watch it. I just checked out the
highlights. Tony, did you you watched it though, Tony, right?
Yeah.
So, what did you think overall?
I mean, it was good. 76, I have reservations about. I mean, I'm interested because it's Fallout.
Yeah.
But you know, I need to hear if it works. So, you know, cautious reservations, but mostly the other stuff like that is coming out doesn't really interest me. The Wolfenstein thing actually seemed pretty cool because I thought that was an interesting concept where the one characters you play is like his daughters. So that's kind of cool, interesting. But really, Starfield, like that's going to be the thing that I'm looking forward to most next time.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they have some good stuff for us. They may even show stuff later. There's more events. I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more. Didn't they mention something like a Bethesda event later they're planning on having?
During E3?
No, later in the year. I thought somebody mentioned it, and maybe I'm mixing it up with a different company, but I almost was certain it was Bethesda that said they'll have their own. It sounded like a Nintendo Direct that they were talking about. Yeah. I thought he mentioned it during it. So
awesome! All these companies are doing it, man. I'm telling you.
I know. E3's hell, everything leaks in front of it anyway. So, all right. So we have Square Enix was next Monday morning, which I watched.
And it was over before
it was
started.
28 minutes long, I think it was, and that's with everything all said and done. So they showed Shadow of the Tomb Raider quite a bit, which for me was. It was fine. I mean, I'm looking forward to the game, but it's like, you know, it's Tomb Raider. It's what I expect to see.
I don't know why they keep saying, like, and now you'll see Lara become the Tomb Raider. Like, they said that last game.
Yeah.
It's happened
the first game.
It's three games in a row. It's the message 3 games in a row. So, I don't know. I was actually shocked about the next game, though, Dragon Quest.
Give me my dual pistols, man. Come on. Yeah. I don't care about this bow no more.
Dragon Quest 11 was announced right after that, and actually, I'm actually interested in that game. So,
I think you'll like it, Jim.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah. So that's September 4th.
The last Dragon Quest game I played was on DS.
That's not that won't be a day one purchase for obvious reasons. It's on September 4th. But there's
these companies are tripping over each other, man.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody is avoiding the Red Dead Redemption 2 day, but because they're all avoiding it, they're all tripping over each other. Just getting out of the way.
I've never seen a January, February that we're getting next year. I've never seen this before.
It's ridiculous, man.
Babylon's Fall was shown. Which one was that one? I can't.
That was the Platinum Games one. I didn't see that one yet.
I don't think I saw. I must have. I don't know. I swear I saw that. I just don't remember what really. Maybe it was quick trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was a trailer. That's why I was kind of like, okay. We'll see what the game looks like when it's out there. Kingdom Hearts 3 again, which was almost the same trailer I saw at during the Xbox presentation. It was a little longer. Then they showed The Quiet Man.
Anyone know what that is?
Nope. And,
I didn't watch the Square one.
And Just Cause 4. More of that. So, again, it was very short. I expected nothing from Marvel, nothing Avengers game, which I expected to see.
Didn't we get, is that that thing that was shared on Discord, is that, total bullshit now?
What?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of seemed like it.
Yeah, I thought it seemed kind of bullshitty, but...
So I mean, I would. Was it wait? Which one? The one where it was
the one you had a
Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance reboot.
Because I also heard rumor that it was going to be a living game similar to Destiny. Like, what?
God. People are just grass. So we don't know when.
So nobody knows anything
coming ever.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's still hope that we could see it at Sony, so I'll cross my fingers.
Yeah. Well, we didn't. Ubisoft was after them, and we got more of my bet with Tony Beyond Good and Evil 2, which I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
Dead.
So they showed a new trailer for the game, and although it sounds to me like they have no idea what's going on yet with the game, so they're like, "Please help us, please."
Like, make the game for us.
Yeah, they want.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're crowdsourcing art for it, and
Well,
music.
everything,
and music.
Yeah, it's like
I guess
just any and all assets. Give us everything you can. We'll create the world based on your ideas.
Yeah, it's like they're like, here's
Not
this.
based on, they are your
give us
ideas.
now. Give us. It sounds like they have a story idea at least, but they're going to need help massively. And it was weird to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt on the stage to mount his to announce his hit. Is it
contribution?
Yes, contribution.
Hit record.
Hit record, where they do this like sign up where the artist can actually get work through that to work on this project. It's an interesting idea for games going forward. Outsourcing things like small things like that or big things like that. I don't even know how much work they actually need, but it doesn't sound like this game's coming anytime soon. So
it'd be interesting though to see the world filled with, people's art and music and stuff. Just because I like that concept. Just how is this game going to be built around that?
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Just Dance 2019. We already knew that. Anybody interested
coming out on the
year.
Wii? Coming on
the Wii still. Oh, man. I can't believe that.
More popular than the U.
The last Wii game still. Trials Rising, which I'm not interested. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I have no interest in that game.
I thought Trials was like their BMX puzzle-y game.
I thought that's what it was. Yeah.
But this is, I guess, a full-blown racer now.
Yeah. Let's see. We had Division 2, which we've talked about now.
Got to learn more about it.
A little more about it. Yeah, they showed a little more about that.
8-player raids and stuff.
The raid thing was cool. So what else did they show during that? Anything else extra?
I mean, they just like more like stuff on what they're bringing to the Division 2, but you can look at that.
Mario and Mario plus Rabbids had a new expansion coming. June, what day? June 26th. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. Yeah, June 26th is the Donkey Kong Adventure. So we'll have a new character. Looks like on there, right? So, did you get into Rabbids yet? No. Okay. I'm talking for those aren't watching. I was talking to Tony. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. Skull and Bones was after that, which seems like a more realistic take on Sea of Thieves.
No, not at all.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. It's more about ship combat, like massive scaled combat too. I saw the video for that. Did they talk about like what they're doing for adventure wise, like story wise or anything?
No,
like
it's just a
multiplayer game. It's a combat game. Yeah. So
as far as I understand it, they may have like a single player campaign.
I only saw the ship combat part, so I was like, okay, I don't know this.
Maybe it's probably just to give you an idea how to use the ship, and then set you off to fight other ships.
Yeah, it looks like they're massive ships, cannonballs, battles. Yeah, battle with your friends or solo or whatever it is. So. Let's see.
They fell into that game too.
It looked nice.
Everybody loves the Black Flag ship battles. Let's make a game out of this.
And they announced piracy is dead on their screen, just so we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was shown after this, which is a Roman era, right? Roman.
Yeah. Well, Spartan.
Spartan. Yeah, the Spartans. Yeah, Greek. That's what it was. Greek, not Roman. Spartan. Yeah, Spartan era. You play a hero, one of the heroes of Sparta, which I don't think they said who, but.
No, they did. You can play as
one of two characters.
Yeah,
it's a brother-sister.
Okay. I just saw the sister part. Okay, so they showed that next. Anybody see?
I actually watched the trailer for that.
Cool. What did you think?
It looks pretty cool. They're trying to make it more of a branching storyline, or at least that's what they're selling in the trailer. Mm-hmm. That you have choices that'll change things.
Dialogue options.
Yeah.
Branching dialogue.
It looks pretty like limited, kind of like how Uncharted 4 was, but we'll see. Yeah. Hopefully it's more real than that.
Yeah. I gotta say, out of all the Assassin's Creed, I think this one interests me the most because it's a Greek setting, and actually after playing God of War, I was like, man, like I really wish like we could have had like a Greek mythological game, like in that kind of setting instead of Norse. I mean, Norse is cool, but like
well, you had them though, but they just weren't
right. They weren't that awesome.
Yeah.
So like this, I'm like, well, that seems interesting.
And if they have like a museum mode again, that would
that'd be so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let's see. We had For Honor still being supported.
Like I was saying, like they're not giving up on their games, which is a good sign. Like,
it's been a good theme for a lot of companies, at least, sticking with their stuff after launch. More recently, obviously, not just abandoning things. Mm-hmm. Not every company, obviously, but a lot of them have been supporting it straight through. Let's see. Starlink was another surprise because I'm actually interested in this game. I was not interested until one character shows up, and I'm just like, wait, what is this game? And I started watching it more interested at that point. So it's Starlink Battle for Atlas, where you can play.
It's so weird. We saw it last year too, and it's like, what is like these toys?
I don't know what this is. I thought it was when I'm watching. I'm like, it's not a toys thing. You configure toys while playing. I'm like, this looks terrible. And then I'm like, I watched and saw that Fox McCloud's in the game, and I'm like, oh my god, I am now interested in this game. So I don't know.
I think it looks pretty cool too.
Yeah,
like the way you play in that game, I was like, that's really sweet.
Yeah, coming October 16th of this year.
And it actually, so just for clarification, you do not have to buy any of the toy crap, like Toys to Life crap. It's completely optional. But the Nintendo Switch version at least has a special edition where it comes with like a R-Wing toy and Fox McCloud. So it's just like, damn, like just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. It's like, okay, like maybe this is the Star Fox game I've been waiting for.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm hoping for. So then they showed The Crew 2. Anything?
Forza beats it.
And Transference.
That's that. Who's that? Elijah Wood game.
Yes, it's a film production company, Spectravision. So that's Elijah Wood's company, working with Ubisoft on the game. So
weird.
Overall, it was a good conference. It wasn't as good as their last year's, I don't think. Although Assassin's Creed, like you said, Assassin's Creed looks better. I mean, I'm probably not going to play it, but Skull and Bones...
It's weird that they're actually going back to the yearly thing. I thought they would give it a year.
I thought they would go 2 years on this too, but well, they couldn't help it because of the sales. Those sales. Money talks. So, I don't know. Anything to say on this, guys? Tony? No? Okay.
It was good. I mean, it's good. Just solid.
All right.
I mean, I do like, that they're showing stuff, and it's just more interesting to see these like bigger name conferences like Xbox, Sony, and or Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, just because you get more variety here. Obviously, all these are just Ubisoft and stuff.
And now we get to the Sony conference, which to start, I'm just gonna say, like, such a weird presentation for them. They had such great looking games, and I felt like their momentum kept getting cut. Like, just why am I watching this right now? What the hell's going on here? And then they would show a great game, and then you're like, oh, this was awesome, and then cut, and then like, let's wait again, and I'm like, this is terrible. Why are you doing this? This is horrible pacing. So I don't know. That's how I'm starting off with that, but they did start.
I liked it actually. So just as a counterpoint.
Really?
I thought it was cool. I thought
it was like 40 minutes of like maybe it was like an hour and a half presentation that was actually like 35 minutes long.
No, not at all. But anyway, I thought it was cool. Like they brought people into this location, and they showed the last. First they showed a hobo playing the banjo.
Yeah,
I was trying to get that out. Didn't work so well. But that's what everybody got harped on that. I'm like, this guy, I don't know why he comes out dressed that way to make him look like somebody who's homeless, but. Whatever.
It was for
and that was cool.
Effect.
That's fine.
Effect.
Whatever. Exactly. And then they go and like cracking up over there. At least I can entertain someone.
Because it was great to get that intro with The Last of Us Part 2, obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, The Last of Us Part 2. So they do that, and then you really realize like the location they're in is the location that the trailer starts in. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then the trailer, which is amazing. Obviously, we can talk about that a little bit more in a second. But I like that, and then they move everybody out, and they go to this like interview section, which I thought was fine. I thought I liked that actually, and like I wanted to get more with
I just thought it killed pacing.
What pacing did you want?
It gets you hyped, and you're just like then you have to sit there and you stop, and you're like, okay. No, I just
also like I just time to like comprehend of what happened and relax and like think about this game. Like awesome. Like I didn't necessarily need another trailer right away. Like
that's what we're watching these for, though. I'm watching this for that, and you can.
I'm watching it for
decompress
to learn more about what's
afterwards.
coming.
You have months to decompress afterwards.
No, I understand, but like I'm watching these to like learn more about what's going on, and like I like that they cut to an interview sections like, oh yeah, let's learn more about like what people are thinking and stuff. I know most people, like I'm on the other end here, like most people thought it was shitty and it was bad, and everybody's like, oh, this is stupid, and even people tweeting like, oh, why are we moving, and well, it's like, all right, I get that, but I don't know, I thought it was pretty neat.
Tony, what did you think of that?
I hated it.
Okay, I didn't.
Like,
at least I'm not the only one here. It's just like
No, I know Tony hated it.
like I said, the games they showed were fine. I just
the games are fine. It's just like you have 5 minutes of this banjo playing. I'm like, okay, like all right, set the mood. I get it. Little foreplay. That's fine. Trailer. Okay, awesome trailer. It's like all right, and then like, and we're gonna wait for these people to move on to the next section of the experience. So let's talk about this and what were your actions? And I'm just like,
yeah, that's
I
why I
don't
was
fucking
like,
care
what?
about
Yeah,
that
I just
shit.
want to see the next
like,
game.
Show me the next game.
That's
like,
why I was the yeah.
Like I don't care. Show me the money.
Yeah, I mean we got
that's my thing.
Yeah, so let's talk about Last of Us Part 2. What we saw there. The game looks fantastic, but my God,
awesome.
my God, that's a bloodbath.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't remember the first game being that violent. Was it that violent? The first game? I'm sorry, it's been a little while. I don't think it's been...
This definitely is more graphic. I mean, I think some of the things you do and some of the choices you make in the first game are just as extreme. But here they're like showing a guy being hung and then cutting his guts out,
yeah,
and, like intestines hanging, like that. Yeah, they're just going all out, and then like stabbing people in the neck constantly, and like blood spurting out. So they're not being shy, and I appreciate this is a mature game for mature audiences, and they're not shying away from that. But I don't know. At the same time, like maybe they could tone it down a little bit. For me, I don't mind it. I know some people.
Does it seem like it makes sense given what's happening, or does it just seem gratuitous?
It seems a lot, and it does seem like Ellie is angry at everybody that's not her.
Well, she's going through puberty. So.
Oh my God, that she is angry. I'm watching this. I'm like, Jesus.
I mean, I'm already kind of like anticipating where this is going because, Ellie just wants to murder all these people. And I was like, all right, so either Joel dies or her girlfriend dies.
It doesn't sound like it from...
It sounds like Joel's somewhere else. Yeah,
it doesn't sound like it from what they were talking about. Like, oh, your old man's like getting so up my face about like whenever you're on patrols and like... It's like, okay, so I'm assuming that's Joel. Like, we're just assuming that, but...
I'm just assuming, like, those are the only two things I could think that would actually piss her off that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, like, I mean, look, the graphics are amazing, and the violence is there, but like, I don't know, I didn't see too much in the gameplay aspect of it. Not that I was expecting too much, but I'm just like,
gameplay, right?
It is The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, it's what I expect.
What's the new mechanic?
Stealth.
Oh, we got to get levels. And I said this actually when I was watching it with my girlfriend. I said the only thing I really hope we get this time is an inclusion level of, infected and soldiers. Like, there was always the separate sections in the first game.
Yeah. And there wasn't even any infected in this trailer.
Yeah,
really.
And I'm like, are we going to get
any of the trailers yet?
Yeah. So I'm really hoping that we get sections where they're just together. At least that's my biggest thing for this game. So,
I thought it like looked great, and the attention to detail is just amazing. Like the fact that like there's an arrow sticking out of her shoulder, like after she gets shot by an arrow. I was like, wow.
No, there's a lot of detail. Yeah, definitely. And just even pulling the arrows out of the bodies.
It looks awesome, but it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, that's the E3 trailer. After, all the times we've been hoodwinked before, after Jason Schreier's book, like, I want to see that. Like, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but like, I want to see.
No, it definitely seems scripted. Absolutely, they like went through. All right, we have to hit this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and that absolutely felt that way. But I wanted to see that, so I was like, this is doing it for me. Everything I wanted to see.
I mean, I'm there day one.
And I do like all the environmental aspects that they showed. Like, you can go into cars, you can like climb through windows, and like scoot through different cabinets. Like, that was all pretty neat.
Yeah, they scooted through the cabinet one too many times where that's where I'm saying, Tony, that was gameplay, because that AI was like, oh, here she is. Oh, here she is. Oh, here she is. Like, as they're going through.
Yeah, it was definitely scripted, though. Like, you needed to hit these points to like show off different aspects of the game, though.
So, yeah, that's true. All right. The next game they showed was Ghosts of Tsushima.
Yep.
And that game,
this game
looks
fantastic.
amazing.
If you can one-shot people, like, that's awesome. Let me do things right. Like, you just kill somebody right away. Yeah. Like,
that standoff right there, I was like, is it gonna just kill him in one swipe? And oh my God, yes. And then you see it, like, normal swipes didn't kill right away. I'm like, oh, that means, like, yeah, maybe that is like a timing thing. Like, if you can get it just right, you would kill them one shot. So I'm really excited for this game. Like, psyched. Like, this looks awesome.
Out of all the like ancient Japanese, like Japan
as we talked
samurai
about,
games, this one definitely has my attention.
And it looks amazing.
Most.
As long as that's the game, like we all said, as long as that's the game. Because again, we've been told about E3 now. We all know about E3 and the wool that gets put over people's eyes. So I don't know. It was really nice. Anything else to say about it? No.
2019 fall probably.
Yeah. Destiny 2 Forsaken Story trailer was shown.
Mm-hmm.
Killed off a very important character that everybody loves.
Yeah, took the fun out of it.
Let's see.
I mean, for me, that trailer was awesome. I loved it. So
yeah.
Personally, I think that this is amazing, the direction they're going in with this DLC, and according to some of the things that the trailer shows, like there are consequences here. So it's funny, and like there is a gun in the game that was released with Warmind called Spoiler Alert, and then the subtext is someone dies, and it's like, oh wow, cool,
okay,
interesting. But no, I loved it, and
cool.
I think that if everything plays out the way that they're saying, it's gonna be really good, and it will probably have me addicted until Borderlands 3 comes out.
Then we get Remedy's new game coming out called Control was shown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell that is. It looked cool, but I have no idea what the fuck that game is about.
It's like and the one
it's a Remedy game. It's like it was funny. I'm reading some crazy new thing here, and
the first post on this Reddit I'm reading is the entire time during the trailer I was thinking this looks like Quantum Break, and lo and behold, it's made by the same developer. I'm like, yeah, that's about right. So we'll see what that is.
It's like a mix between Quantum Break.
It was funny. The next one I didn't know what it was at first. Until we showed the zombie, and then I was like, oh wow, and then even then I was like, what is this? And
I think as soon as I saw the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, I was like, is this gonna be Resident Evil? Oh,
I didn't know
because I was waiting. It was on my bingo card. I was like, I'm waiting for it.
It looks amazing. Absolutely looks amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're getting a Resident Evil 2 remake, which is coming next.
Not just like
or January,
backgrounds and shit like that. Like it's just gonna be legit. Yeah. January 25th.
January 25th.
I was talking to Apple, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I took that day off."
Yeah, that's a good idea. Looks great though. Looks great. Let's see. Trover Saves the Universe.
I think that's like the Rick and Morty guy.
Oh, it looks so stupid. I don't want to talk about that.
No, Kingdom Hearts 3 again. More trailers for that.
New one, a different one.
Oh, I know, but more trailers.
I'm just saying it's a different one though. It's like because Square Enix one was the same one on Xbox, but then it's like again we saw 3 days in a row basically.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Finally, and I'm going to admit this now. I have not seen the big 2 games here. I have not actually watched this part of the conference, so I know. Death Stranding was shown, and
I tried to watch.
Do you guys? This actually, I'm interested in hearing this because I haven't seen this yet. So, are you guys? Do you know more about this game?
No.
I think I have a theory.
This is actually more fun for me right now because I mean in the next
go
section.
Ahead, Tony.
Go ahead.
Well, on my bingo card, I literally have Death Stranding still doesn't make sense, and I have it checked.
That's a check.
So,
okay.
It's weird because they basically make it look like a U.S. Postal Service simulator at first, and you're like, what the fuck? Why? Why is this interesting?
Babies.
But then they come back around. It's like you learn more about what these things are, and then from what I'm getting at is like so these things that like the hand footprint things, the invisible creatures, fast forward time. So when you get touched, you age extremely fast. Like in the last trailer, that guy got touched and then he just became old and died. So my theory, or like I think in a lot of people's theories here, is like the babies, you are basically you're cloning your conscience into them. So when you get touched, you grow into that baby, and that's why people are carrying babies around all the time. That's what I think is going on there.
Wow, maybe we have somebody that solved it. Did you post this?
No, it's not like. Well, it's not.
You know what I mean.
Anyway, but but it's like
the theory. It's a good theory. I mean, that's a good theory.
Yeah,
like,
it's the most sensible one I've heard so far.
That's what I mean. So,
like, what else are you gonna use that baby for? It's like
I don't know.
Weird. He says like in the trailer, he's like, they're like, oh, can you get out or something, or can you stay put or something? He's like, no, I gotta go, like or something like that. They're coming in and like, well, whatever. And then he's like, oh, I have an idea, and he takes the baby out and like connects it with whatever he's holding on to it in his thing, and then he goes out and then he gets taken down. And so I'm assuming like he comes out of it as a kid. Or that kid comes out of it and grows up into being him. That's the only thing that would make sense because they say.
Now, are those like black wraith things? Are they the same as the handprint things?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
They're different.
Your guess is as good as anyone else.
Do we have any clue if this makes 2019?
Nope.
No way.
I mean, we saw
But
something that looked like actual gameplay now.
Yeah, I have to assume, based off of the fact they showed it here as one of the big four, that it's going to come in 2019. Because otherwise, like we've seen it 3 years in a row now, like, and we're probably going to see it again next year.
Yeah, that might be their
It has
focus.
to come 2019. If it doesn't come in 2019,
they didn't show anything about Days Gone.
They had a
Yeah.
It was in a montage.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of seeing that game.
All right, then we got to see Spider-Man, which I know of. I want to see the gameplay of this more, but it looks fluid. I know that. I've seen that stuff.
So they
And
showed
I also have seen
Raft, and like the opening shot is the Raft. I'm like, is this gonna be Avengers? And then Spider-Man comes like, damn it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this game like crazy, and
3 months.
3 months away. I mean, they focused on this. Combat looks fluid. The big reveal of Spider-Man getting his ass kicked, essentially, right? Is that the big thing?
Got the Sinister Six there, essentially.
So that's what I think that.
Villain.
Yeah, I think that looks like that's what this is going to be. We'll see. So it's going to be interesting.
But I'm like, at the end of the trailer, he goes like, "It's you" or something, and like, we have to speculate who that is, right? And like, I think both Tony and I are on the same page where it's like, it's got to be an Avenger, right? It's like, who else would it be? But then I'm thinking like, bad guys don't look like scared or surprised. So maybe it's another villain, like the main villain or something.
I don't know. We'll know soon enough.
But there's no symbiotes in this game. Symbiotes.
It looks awesome though.
How did they say?
Symbiote.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, game looks awesome. I mean, Mike, I know you've been waiting for the new Rocksteady game, which we still have nothing about.
Nope.
But I mean, this just screams like it's gonna fill that niche.
Yeah, that Arkham.
I just want to swing around, like enjoy the city, and just.
And they showed stuff afterwards too, where like it's actual guy playing the game live, and like it looks just as good as the trailers. So
yeah.
And this is all basically done because it's coming out in 3 months. So
Neo 2 shown.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
was shown.
And what's the last game?
This is the From Software game that wasn't announced during the conference. That made me lose my bingo. It's VR. It's a VR game.
How do you say it?
No idea.
How do you say it?
No, what's funny is they didn't
Kerosene?
the guy, like, after the trailer is like plays, he's like, oh, and this new game is like, he doesn't say the name. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, he can't even pronounce this thing.
Oh my god. Oh wow. All right. So yeah, their conference was, like we had mentioned, that's the conference that they showed, and again, the pacing was just not great for that, but Corey liked it, so there you go.
Yep.
All right. Finally, we had Nintendo go today with their massive runs of games and trailers and getting hyped for stuff coming later this year, and I think they did a couple for 2019. Yeah, they did. So we don't have this on this list here, though. But
No, it's not on this one.
all right, let's kick it off. I wish I had an order of events for them. I don't have one, so here we go.
We start off with that mech game.
The mech game looked pretty cool. Yeah, what's it called? The Damon
X Machina or something like that.
Yeah.
Machina, yeah.
It's not a cross game. It's just Damon X Machina.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it.
Completely new Nintendo game, flying mech title, arriving until 2019. It looked like Virtual On almost, or something like that. It looked pretty cool, like a sliding mech, flying mech kind of fighting game.
Yeah. Well, supposedly it's a spiritual successor to the Armored Core series. So.
Oh, cool. That looked really cool. I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, I was like, giant robots. You got me.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion announced.
Yeah. That looks like very meaty. Like, because when they first announced it as a DLC, it's like, all right, story DLC. That's all they said, story DLC. I was like, okay. Figure like usually it's like a couple hours at best, and it's like overpriced. In terms of like price per hour. That's how I usually math it out. Like this looked like it's really, really in depth, and they changed a lot of it. Like game plays differently than the core game does. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Very interesting.
It takes place 500 years earlier.
Yep, pretty cool DLC.
Yeah, arrives September 14th. So
and it's actually, the cool thing is it's actually coming out physically as well. So you don't even have to play, like, you don't have to have the original cartridge. You can just buy this if you just want to play that. So that's an option for some people.
Let's see. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee coming November 16th was shown, and that's going to actually this was new news, right? Imports Pokemon from the mobile game into the game.
Yep.
That's new news. There's an accessory called Pokeball Plus that can be used.
Yep, Bluetooth controller.
Okay. Interesting. Not for me, but I'm sure it's going to be played like hell because I was wrong about Pokemon Go. Yep. Let's see. Oh, this was cool. This I'm looking forward to. Super Mario Party announced. I am psyched. October 5th.
Oh, yeah, no. I was so disappointed when they're like, oh, Mario Party 100 or whatever it was, like, where it was like the greatest hits. And it's like on Nintendo 3DS. I'm like, you fucking sons of bitches. Like, stop. Like I'm done with that system. Let me have it on the Switch.
This is going to have 2 Switches can connect for cross-system gaming, and it looks like Mario Party. I'm looking forward to that greatly. I'm a huge Mario Party fan, so and also not fan when you're playing it.
And that's coming this year. So.
Coming this year, October 5th.
Break controllers. Like, do we need new knobs?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Let's
Dust
see.
everywhere.
Let's see. Fire Emblem coming to Switch in 2019, the proper Fire Emblem game. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, 3 stories or 3 something?
heroes or something?
3 houses.
3 houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similar game. Obviously, we played that one. Then they showed Overcooked 2, which was a surprise. Coming August 7th.
Surprise.
Yes. Yeah.
And the cool thing about that too was it's online this time around. So.
Yeah. That'll be great, guys. We can actually play
more Overcooked, and Overcooked's fun.
Yeah. Yep. Killer Queen Black was another game.
This one Tony talked about last week, I think.
So it's an arcade indie. Wait, it's
it's so weird. I never heard of this game before, and so
10 players at once.
Yeah, well, right. So it's an arcade game, and it's 5v5. It's a team-based game. And it's so weird because, like, you have one person play as the queen, and she can... It's like a queen in chess. Like, she can pretty much do anything. Like, she has the most skill set, basically. And then everybody else plays a drone, and the drone can turn into different types of worker bees, I guess. So, like, one can be... you can turn into a fighter, and you can, like, try to kill the queen or kill other units. You can turn into, like, a harvester, which harvests, like, fruit, and, like, that's what you can use... There's 3 win conditions of the game. Either you kill the opposing queen 3 times... You fill your home base with enough fruit, or you ride this caterpillar to your side of the base. And so those are the 3 win conditions. And it's just about like juggling like different strategies. Because like some strategies like just kill the queen. Everybody turn into the worker bee and kill the queen, or just be like harvesters and do whatnot. So I've like never heard of this game until like this leak on 4chan. I was like, what? What is this game? And I just watched it for an hour. I'm like, this seems pretty cool. So. On Switch, I think it's 4v4. I don't think it's 5v5, but it's a different.
Cool.
That's why it's called the Killer Queen Black. But yeah, we'll see. Looks interesting.
Yep. We got Hollow Knight announced.
Yeah, they were like, oh, after the conference today. And I'm like, what? Like, you assholes! Like, I've been waiting for this game for months, and it's like, today. I'm like, all right, you got me.
Octopath Traveler was shown. Obviously, we've seen that one.
The cool thing is they're releasing a second demo now.
And that's June 14th, right?
Yeah. Yep. And the progress you make in this demo will actually carry over to the main game.
Because it's coming out in July, right?
That I will play. Cool. Yeah. Looking forward to that game. July 13th, that game comes out.
It's crazy how many things dropped. It's like, get it today. It's like...
Yep. Fortnite Switch.
Did they
talk about Fortnite in a minute here?
Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Fortnite was next, actually, wasn't it? Where they had Fortnite coming.
I just want to say how
now
Sony is shit with regards to Fortnite on Switch, because if you played Fortnite on PlayStation and linked your account to the Epic, you cannot play it on Switch with that account.
Oh my god!
I'm so mad. I logged in once just to try Fortnite on PlayStation 4.
Yep.
And I linked my account because I'm like, oh, well, sure, why not?
Might as well, yeah. Nope.
I'm so pissed because
you can't even delink it and try to.
Nope. It's so dumb.
So the game is available on Switch now, and it's cross-play with iOS, Xbox One, PC, and Mac, but not PS4.
Yep. Thanks, Sony.
Like everybody you want to play with except your PS4 friends.
Yeah. Anything from the run of games to talk about when they ran through like the release dates of things? Was there anything new? I think it's all known information.
Yeah, I think it's all.
All right, so then the big thing.
I just want to say Cosmic Star Heroine, you guys definitely need to go out and buy that game because not enough people bought that game on PS4.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And it's coming to Switch in August.
Okay.
Right? August, they said?
Yep.
Yes.
So that game is fantastic.
So here's if you're a Super Smash Brothers fan, here is the game for you. I absolutely guarantee it, because every single character that you've ever played will be on this game. In this game, every Smash Brothers character ever made is in this game. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate coming December 7th.
Plus new ones, obviously.
Plus some new ones, yes.
Yeah.
So this is a huge roster.
This year, is it getting delayed, Jim?
How do you balance that?
I don't know. There's 64 confirmed characters at this
65,
point.
actually. 65.
Or, I'm sorry, 65.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's funny because, on a side note, my Nintendo E3 video card was the worst one. I had one aside from the free space, and it was Solid Snake Return to Smash Brothers, because I was like, nope, I believe it. And I'm pretty sure, Mike, we talked about this before, where I was like, no, man, like people were so upset that he wasn't in the Wii U 3DS version that I feel like he has to come back. And that was like one of the first things. They're like, oh, by the way, every character is returning. It's just like, oh shit, like. Not only do they get Solid Snake back, obviously, they got Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man.
And they get David Hayter to voice Solid Snake.
Yeah, David Hayter coming back as Solid Snake is a big deal.
That was awesome.
Yeah. No Keith Strutherland.
No. That's amazing. It's amazing. New. They're actually changing, obviously, the way some of the characters play with new abilities, new dodges, new dodging attacks. There's a thing about dashing backwards and weakening the characters they were showing, right? Like too many dash backwards.
Yeah, like if so, one of the things is people complained about that the last game was like very defense oriented. So like if you kept doing the dodge rolling, you're like you have a lot of invincibility frames. So it's like you don't want to expose yourself too much because people could just roll and counter. So the more you roll, the weaker the invincibility frames will get. So if you only dodge once every, I don't know, I'm just saying a random number, like 15 seconds, you're going to be better off than somebody who just dodges 6 times in a row in 6 seconds. It'll diminish in return.
Seems like a cool system. Definitely. I mean, the guy who said he was done making Smash Brothers, right? Didn't he say he has to? He's taking a break. Is back. So all of the characters are in it. I mean, this has got to be a balancing nightmare. It has to be.
He said that's the video. Like, so 30 minutes of this concert is just Smash Brothers, and he's literally like, all right, so well, let me go through some of the changes you'll explain in the game. And you see ice climbers, and then and then he's just going like, oh, by the way, this character does this now, and then this character does this now, and blah blah blah. And it's just like after like seriously 15 or 20 minutes, he's like, if you counted up all the changes we're making, it's into thousands and thousands. It's just like, yeah, that's a fucking lot. Like you think about some of these games, and just one of the biggest things with fighting games is whenever you launch with a new version, like you cut a lot.
Yeah.
Cut a lot. It happens with Street Fighter. Happens with Mortal Kombat. I think it happened. Like Mike, I think you mentioned with Unjust 2, you just don't even get a lot of the.
The only thing I can think of for his out was when he mentioned the fact that maybe not all characters would be there immediately or something like that. And I thought that was confusing. Does that mean you unlock them?
It seems like you unlock them as you play the game.
So
yeah. So right, and that's the interesting thing, and we'll see closer to date. But it was a little cryptic because he's like, you start off with the original 8 characters, from the first Super Smash Bros. 64, and then you'll earn them over time through various conditions. Either
that's
winning
what I was wondering
matches.
I know that they're going to put them in the game, but I'm wondering if that means that like some won't be available at launch at all until they balance them into the game.
Right, and just like the theme of the night, the name of the game is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes, games as a service. Yeah,
exactly. To me, it just sounds like this is a game that we're going to support for X amount of years, and it's like, yeah, you might not get everything right up front, but it is coming.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, just 65 characters that we know today. That's there's got to be obviously newer characters too, but like 65 characters day one, that's so ambitious. Like,
yeah, that's helpful.
That's so ambitious.
Reminds me of Fighters Mega Mix, Corey.
Yeah, it's not even close to that. Those.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, crazy.
There's just too many characters.
It reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, actually.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like
but the balancing that was crazy though. I mean, like that's the thing. Like it just gets nuts. But it looks good. I mean, they upgraded the visuals obviously in the game. Looks really nice and fluid. And so. Yeah,
the important things just to highlight real quick because game controllers are coming back. So the GameCube accessory
thing you
have will work. Ice Climbers coming back. All the third-party guest characters coming back. 8-player battles are still in. And there's a way to toggle stage hazards in the game. Because I know that, like, tilts a lot of people where it's like, I don't want to play the stage because it has stage hazards. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well, that's interesting. Yeah. So overall,
is Smash Brothers though, like, is that like on the level of the Mario Odyssey and Zelda Breath of the Wild? Is that where Smash Brothers is now?
I think so. I mean, if we're just going by sales alone, I mean, if you combine Wii U and 3DS, I think Smash sold like 12 or 13 million copies.
Okay.
So I mean, it's pretty big, and even if it's not like it's critically acclaimed, because they'll probably get like 9, something like that, around that level. It's never gonna win awards like Breath of the Wild did or anything like that, but for the core Nintendo audience, like that is like one of their strongest games in terms of like getting people out. Like you get current fans, you get lapsed. Like I know, like Mike probably a prime example is like, I'm not even interested in Nintendo systems until Smash Brothers is out. So just like don't talk.
Nice. Mike's getting one this fall.
Well,
all right. So overall, Tony, what do you think of their conference?
Overall, I mean, as a Smash Brothers fan, it was awesome.
But we didn't get Metroid.
No, and Red, that's what I'm about to talk about. As a Nintendo fan, I was a little disappointed because I'm like,
well, just look at your bingo cards.
What else?
Oh, I know.
Miss.
Let me just really quickly go over some of the things in my bingo card. F-Zero reference, a Metroid game that isn't Prime 4, Nintendo Sega crossover game. I'm not counting Smash Brothers for that. I had Diablo Switch, Fallout Switch, one of the earlier Xenoblade Chronicles port, Overwatch Switch, some kind of Final Fantasy Switch, Kicker Switch, Pikmin 4, Animal Crossing Switch, Persona 5 Switch, Assassin's Creed Switch, Call of Duty Switch, Resident Evil 4 Switch, new Castlevania type. None of that. Fucking none of that. I'm like, really? Like,
we didn't get we didn't get a classic N64. Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the classic
no Bayonetta, like.
Yeah, no Bayonetta. Like,
no
I wasn't
Bayonetta,
expecting a classic because they've always shown off the classic separately.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Both of the systems.
Oh yeah.
But like Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3 were like obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious. Like, why aren't you showing it?
A little more. Yeah.
Like, even if it's not this year, like next year, I get it. But
well, Bayonetta 3, I mean,
the fact
they released the 2 games. It's like, let's get more hype for this.
The fact that they didn't show any Metroid whatsoever at all gives me hope for my Beyond Good and Evil.
I know. That's what I thought too. I was like, God damn it! Like, no Metroid. Like, Nintendo, what are you doing to me? I have a fucking bet riding.
At least I got to see that company being scattered to find artists in music. They're trying. I don't know what Nintendo's doing, but we know they're working on it. But yeah.
And no Persona 5 chibi game.
Nothing.
Or Persona.
So as a Nintendo fan, like, I think they could have had a stronger showing. I own the system, so it's not like they have to sell me on it. But like, I felt like they could have shown just a couple more games to really be like, you need a Switch. Like, you absolutely need a Switch.
Well, that's why I was asking. Like, is Smash Brothers that game? Like, where will that bring in people that are not? It's like Breath of the Wild and Mario are going to bring people in who.
Yeah.
So
like, that's a system seller.
That's their holiday game. It's coming December 7th. I mean, that's their game.
It's a little later, but yeah. And I mean, Pokemon coming earlier.
That's true. That's true. Give Pokemon its room.
Right, but at the same time, it's not a traditional Gen 8. But yeah, so I don't know. It seems like last year, obviously, you had the big names with Mario and Zelda. Now you get Smash Brothers, you get Pokemon, but it's not the Pokemon game we all wanted.
If it was a proper Pokemon game, they would with Smash Brothers in the same holiday, they would destroy the world in the holiday. But Smash Brothers will be fine in December. It's just a matter of like what's their November sales looking like with that? I mean, everything goes on anyways.
It's Pokemon, so it's good. It's just like I said. I think it'll be fine. I think they'll still sell like a shitload of Switches this year. It's just.
I mean, for me, like honestly, I'm more excited about the non-Nintendo games. Just like Cosmic Star Heron's coming. Like Hollow Knight's out. Fortnite fucking's out on this game system right now too. And
no, exactly. I hear you, man.
Stuff. It's just all these indies that you like want to play. Like all these things that are so good, like such quality content, and like Wizard of Legend is supposed to be really good too, which I wanna get that, and just like all these games are just fantastic. I don't even need like the Marios and the Zeldas and the Smash Bros. Like for me personally, I'm really satisfied with my Switch being what the Vita like kind of I was hoping it to be, because like everything was going to Vita as indie, but now it's like, well, everything's actually going to the Switch. Plus you're getting like your Smash Brothers and like you're getting like the Marios and the true Zeldas. Like it's amazing. No,
it's definitely awesome, and I totally agree with you. Like, it's weird because personally I was expecting a lot of like Pikmin 4. We know that's been in development for years.
And they announced it like how many 3 years ago or something now.
Yeah, and like I really was expecting them to be like, oh, by the way, this is coming out in September or something like that as a fall game. So it's just like the second half, like the first half of this year for Nintendo has been really light in terms of like major releases. Like, yeah, you get Kirby, you get the Bayonetta collection, you get Hyrule Warriors port, and Mario Tennis, but like in terms of like, bam, like this is a system seller.
Right.
Hasn't had much, and like yeah, we got the Pokemon, the Smash, like you mentioned, and on the side, like I like that we're getting Mario Party, but Fire Emblem being 2019 kind of bums me out. No Pikmin bums me out. Like it's just like it feels like Nintendo kind of like wrote off 2018. Like, you know what? 2017 was so good for us. We'll just give all these indies like a chance to like sell a lot of their games. Like we'll release our Smash and our Pokemon, and that's kind of it. Yoshi was a big absence too.
Yeah, where was that actually? I
that was
about
one of the
that.
first Switch games we've ever seen.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe where is that?
Maybe they're planning another direct for August or something, and then.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's. I think one of the things for me this E3 is like, yeah, there's a lot of games coming out, but it just feels like this is that weird time where it's like Sony and Microsoft are like, they're gearing up for next gen.
Yeah.
I thought it was painfully obvious.
Oh, I think the Xbox, there's a thing that came out today where it's saying 2020 they're going to come out with a new system.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird transitional year. I mean, I was happy overall, but like not ecstatic, not like last year or anything like that. So,
yeah.
Right.
But, PlayStation has their experience in December typically, and we obviously know we're going to get some more Nintendo Direct. So,
yeah,
it is what it is.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up 399 of our E3 coverage.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter. Actually, make sure you follow us on our social media for our episode 400 announcements, which we're going to be doing shortly. Like I said, we're going to do a fundraiser and stream games. So we'll get that all together for you and tweet it out so you can get the links. And tune in next week to that episode. It'll be a little later, like I said, than you're used to, but look for it on Saturday, the 23rd, right? That's 23rd. So that's when we'll be streaming. I can tell you that for a fact. That's going to do it. So thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. See you.